Look.
So we are set for our featherweight title fight here, our main event for ACB 61. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Frank Mir. Calling the action, John McCarthy, the referee in charge. Aдлан Батаев in the blue corner, Marат Балаев in the red. The crowd instantly getting behind Marат, and he shoots for that single. This is his world. And look how hard he fights for that. He will keep coming.
That's the thing. Sometimes there's like a thought process that if you stop 2 or 3 shots from your opponent, he's going to stop shooting on you. And Marат completely throws that theory out the window. You can stop 50 shots from the guy, and he's shooting for the 51st.
Aдлан Батаев, a very good jiu-jitsu player as well.
And right now, this is not good for him to be taken down this early in the fight here against the cage. His most dangerous weapons, you know, being a good jiu-jitsu practitioner, it's not easy to submit people from here against the cage. You have a lack of movement. Looks like he's choosing to just tie him up, use that overhook, try to hold him down. But here, the thing about Marat is he's not worried about wasting energy. The guy's not only, you know, gifted as far as has a great gas tank, he trains like few other people in the world have ever trained, and mentally his focus and drive is second to none. I don't think I've ever witnessed some of the things that he's able to do in person that he accomplished in his last fight to win the title.
You did a good analogy last night when we were talking through this fight. You said if you were to put any of the fighters that you've seen here at ACB on a treadmill, keep them going, you would put your money on Marат Balayev being the last one standing, or in fact keeping going till he dropped.
No, and I think I said any fighters in the world. If right now we grab any organization, we grab every champion, put him on a treadmill and say, okay, the last one alive is the winner. It's this guy. That or he has to die on the treadmill.
They call him the motivator. He's earned that nickname through the way he trains at the gym. He's a huge role model for the young fighters coming through, even before he got these accolades, when he was training with nothing, when he was literally trying to find his way in this world again. His coach just talks about the way he trains and the way he drives the young fighters on, the way he motivates them, the way he guides them. And this is the beauty of martial arts, isn't it? This is the story that is so often told, but one that we really need to recognize, the path that this man has found.
And the thing, again, we're talking is so impressive. We're having this conversation about his conditioning, his motor. We're talking about the guy that's almost 40. We're not talking about the 23-year-old he's in there with. I mean, in most sporting events, you think, okay, the 23-year-old guy, who's also a high-level conditioned athlete, is going to have an advantage when it comes to going the distance. And Marat, again, is just one other thought process that we, you know, the assumption that we make about martial arts and fighting, and just, okay, as you get older, you're going to slow down. This guy doesn't. He just keeps defying all the odds.
What I will say is, in these short exchanges, it looks like Marat Balayev has been cut. We need to see exactly. Oh, there's a lot of blood from the nose there. Oh, looking for the big knee there. Breathing through his mouth, though, now is Marat.
I don't know if that's so much a conditioning issue, but a blood issue. I think the blood in the nose now is blocking off his oxygen intake, but still the same factor as far as he's going to be a loose jaw, which could break if he takes a shot there. One of the things for having a mouthpiece, besides, you know, protecting your teeth, it reminds you to close your mouth and you have something there you're biting down on. Where if you have a loose chin and you take a shot there, it's the easiest way to get a jaw fracture.
Aдлан doing very well against the cage here. But watch for that little short sweep as well from Marат. Already very bloodied up is Marat. Didn't see what shot caused that, but Maybe we'll get a replay on that in a little while with just 20 seconds left in this first round.
And this is the kind of fight Marат wants. This grinding, grueling, just brutal fight. Staying outside, clean, crisp techniques. That's what you're looking for. That's what Marat's going to let happen.
We said that before at ACB 50 with that superhuman performance he put on against a very, very talented and tough Yusuf Raisov. There's nothing really pretty about what he does. There's nothing exquisite or stunning in technique, but my goodness, can he grind? Can he make it ugly? And can he put it in the world where he exists best?
Exactly. I mean, if you sit there and went, well, I'm gonna mimic his techniques and have the same level of success, I'm like, well, that's not what brings him to the game. It's not what's getting him a success here. I mean, it's not the cleanest overhand right. There was no setup behind it. You know, he throws it. He's tenacious, and here he's on top. He's just staying in good position. But I mean, you can see how many shots he took. He's constantly grinding. There he took a little bit knee to the face, and just again just marches forward. It's his tenacity. It really, honestly, it's his mental fortitude, that mental power that he has, that is cultivated through a life of hardship and adversity that he brings now and he uses to battle with. And it's impressive that he's able to perform at this level.
His coach there, Sergei Nikitov, sporting a very nice man bag there, I will say, as he came in the cage. But he's trained with him over the last 3 years, and he describes him as an aggressive fighter, but it's the spirit of the man that shines.
I mean, there he's coming forward. You know, Adlan's doing the right things. He's lowering the stance. He's using punches to try to lift the chin, straight right hand. But here he comes forward. Marat again, he's just throwing shots. He's looking to go ahead and just drive and go for the takedown.
And Aдлан Батаев as well, that jab he's used so well in a lot of his fights, not just to control the distance, but to cause damage. And he throws it perfectly as far as technique. He doesn't dip his shoulder. It's nice, slick, fast, laser-like. And that, with the bloody nose as a target, could add up over these 5 rounds if that's... Oh, a nice body shot as well. Again, oh, nice body shot.
Aдлан is doing a great job here in this opening round. Staying low, making sure he avoids shots.
Bataev slow to get to his feet there off of that takedown, looking for a single leg again, but Balаев growing in confidence. We talked about the presence he exudes when he comes to fight. He's not intimidated by what he's seen yet.
No, and walking backward and landing great shots. He's able to just keep picking them apart. If he keeps this up and is able to keep it up for the next couple rounds, Marat's going to be in trouble.
Marat not using any strikes to set up those takedowns. And oh, nice shovel uppercut there. There's that jab once again from Aдлан Батаев. And now every shot that Marat is throwing, it's the crowd that are trying to motivate him. Two minutes 30 gone in this second round.
Now at least he has connection with Aдлан. Aдлан just able to dance away. Here you're just seeing phenomenal technique from Aдлан. Staying composed, using his feet to stay relatively out of danger. Ate a little bit of a shot there, but using the jab as a weapon, stinging it through, finding places for the right hand.
And working that body, you can see that starting to affect Marat as well. He's keeping that right elbow clinched inside. Oh, another looping left hook. But Balаев fights so well going backwards, doesn't he? He's effective in that, and not many fighters are good at that.
No, he's able to go backwards and be dangerous.
Both fighters undefeated, both fighters have been in wars before. Now this is where Marat wants it, former Soviet Union freestyle wrestling champion.
And one hell of a round if he's able to avoid being taken down at all.
Just 1 minute left now in this second round. Impressed with the, well, nice sprawl there as well. But back, Marat.
It was a great sprawl, and that was just tenaciousness from Marat. He's pushing through.
You said if he could survive one round without getting taken down, it's taken Marat Balаев nearly 4 minutes 30 seconds to achieve this, and that's still a great statement from Aдлан.
No, he's won the round. A ton of damage, ton of shots. But that's just something, I mean, he couldn't shut him down. It just, the door is still open. Now we're going to the third round where it's like, I still took you down even after the beating you put on me for 4.5 minutes. But Aдлан has the game plan. You can see what both guys have to do to win this fight. Aдлан has to stay mobile, stinging him away with straight punches, dig to the body when he sees the opportunities. Marat needs to find some way to secure takedowns a little bit more efficiently than he is right now, because right now some of the shots he's taken from the outside, it's getting him hurt.
You talk about efficiency as well. What I've been impressed with is the pacing of Aдлан Батаев as well, causing damage, not overexerting himself when he is causing that damage, and being very savvy, not just offensively but defensively. And when we talked about him not having these 5 rounds before, he looks like the game plan he's got in mind is be patient, pick those shots and save that energy, because it's likely to go into these championship rounds.
Here it just is as perfect as it can get. Body shots, movement, avoiding the takedown. 1-2, slips out of there. I mean, there he got a little, he's confident, his hands are loose. I think it's a little bit of a, a lack of real respect for the punching power of Marat. But, if he's able to sustain this, technically he has the superior, obviously, he has a superior skill set. He's better at mixed martial arts purely on a technical level than Marat is. Just Marat brings that X factor that he's just not going to quit unless you knock him out or submit him. And so now this fight's boiling down to can Aдлан keep this up? If he's able to sustain the fight that he's doing, being technical, fighting backwards, able to just keep breaking up Marat's face here, then he's the new champ. If he cracks, Marat's going to keep flowing forward.
Such an interesting start to this third round here in this title fight. The featherweight title on the line. It was actually Aдлан Батаев that engaged that clear. Oh, it's a right hand from Marat. Now goes in, clinches his hands. Boom!
All started other power. I mean, here you thought striking-wise, Marat was out of it. People are probably thinking, listening to us, going, well, this guy doesn't look that unstoppable. The beating he just took in that second round, and he comes back, fires an overhand right, stuns Aдлан, and now blasts him with a double, and now he's on top, grinding away.
Grinding away and pushing hard down upon this tough young 23-year-old who's proved so far to be a really, really tough test for our champion so far in this featherweight division. But this is Marat's world, isn't it? This is where he will keep grinding.
He will, and he's using a can opener right now with one hand to kind of put pressure. Only problem is he's not causing enough separation. He's got his hips coming forward, but he needs to get some elevation if he wants to start raining down with some punches. Right now, he's controlling, but I mean, you got Big John McCarthy staring down at him. He's going to look at his work rate, really what he's doing as far as damage, and if it doesn't look like he's doing enough, then he's going to get this position taken away from him and get a neutral start, which is going to put Aдлан back on their feet where he's most dangerous.
Two nice left hands came down there. He's right in front of us. You can hear him grunt and grimace with every single shot he's throwing in here. Aдлан looking to control the posture.
Aдлan is really taking too much damage down here. So, I mean, in one sense, he could kind of almost be recovering so that when this fight does get started back up to neutral position, he should be able to get back to work relatively quickly. They haven't been changing positions. It isn't like he's been, guard passing from Marат. He's not trying to reestablish guard, not fighting half guard. So, really, honestly, if you think about he's not moving a lot, so he's kind of recovering, and as strange of a statement that could be, and he's not taking hellacious shots here, because you can see the distance that Marат is. He's not really able to generate a lot of power. Not that these shots feel good, but they're not as bad as if, at the same time, if Marat was able to elevate his head up and drive his hips in and then rain down with a punch, well, then we have what we've seen earlier in the night, where you get guys that get, knockouts.
Marat Balаев keeping his hands firmly on this featherweight belt, but the tough challenger Aдлан Батаев potentially 2 rounds in front. So far it's difficult to score these. John McCarthy watching on top for the work rate of Marat.
And so far he hasn't given any warning. I think he's happy with how they're working, and rightfully so. Marat really hasn't stopped moving, Called a little bit of a head action, just unintentional headbutt.
And there's the explosion from Aдлан Батаев, trying to get back to his feet, and he does, but no space given.
Great explosion to pop him off, jump back up to his feet, and now let's see if he's able to get any kind of offense going from here, or if he just gets ripped right back down to the mat.
Under just under 1 minute left in this third round. We might. Oh, there's a takedown. The crowd respond. That body lock from Marat, and now he's in the middle of the cage on top of Balаев.
Seriously, this guy's Frankenstein. I mean, he finds a way to hit you, and you're right, it's not pretty. These knees he keeps doing to the butt, chipping elbow to the top, he's grinding with the forearm. They're not clean, decisive strikes. He just constantly is beating on you, wearing on you, and he's in your face. And just has the mental strength to keep this going.
Great response from the St. Petersburg crowd here. Appreciate the effort both these fighters are putting in for this main event here for the featherweight title at ACB. And that is a wake-up call. Aдлан was really in a rhythm, wasn't he?
He was.
Controlling this. You talk about technique and also game plan, but this was a statement from Marат that he's going nowhere.
Here he comes forward. Here's that opening punches, comes with right hand, right on the chin, stuns him. Again, you see him just fire over the top. Aдлан just got a little too lazy on that one. He didn't fire back off, and that just resulted in him giving up that whole round. He got taken down afterwards, fought off his back there, was able to get back up for a momentary reprieve from the top pressure of Marат, and Marat just body locked and threw him down again.
So we enter the championship rounds here in our title fight at ACB 61. This is new territory for Aдлан Батаев. He has never stepped into a 4th round before. But these are the rounds that champions are made.
And to step into these waters with Marат.
Balаев looking to establish that jab once again.
He's throwing it, he's moving off, keeping his footwork going.
I was watching the advice of his corner there. They were calling for him to react with a knee on the shots.
You know, Aдлан needs to fire the shots, but he needs to be more alert of either doubling up that jab and throwing one. He's kind of left open for that counter overhand right and left hook that Marат is throwing. So he either needs to throw 2 jabs or throw one and move his head offline. He's kind of now becoming a little bit more predictable. Obviously, you know, he's been on the bottom Marат now for a couple rounds.
But Marат as well looking for that home run shot. And look at the way he connects. Oh, but watch out. Interestingly enough, just before that takedown, Bataev shook his head. Frustration was in there. And that is part of Marat's game as well.
Well, I think that, you know, when you train for this guy, you watch his technique. I mean, folks at home, you can see his technique. Marат makes a lot of mistakes. He doesn't have the cleanest setups, but just I don't think that people understand the pressure he brings until you get in there with him and you hit him and he just keeps coming at you.
There's an almost zombie-like presence to him. If Game of Thrones are casting for the next season, perhaps he could be in with a shot. 3 minutes left in this 4th round.
Great job, great wrist control from Aдлан. He's controlling that arm. He could spin for it if he wants. It looks like he sees the Kimura. But
that forearm of Marат raining down some pressure once again, and now back here, just look for those short body shots, the knees.
I like the wrist control that Adlan's using now on that left hand of Marат. He was able to make sure there's a lot less time spent off his back.
And that's interesting because now John McCarthy's not just going to let them sit there. Two minutes left in this 4th round.
This is what Aдлан needs to do. Just make sure that he moves after he throws those punches.
Nice feint, working that body once again.
He throws a great left hook to the body.
Really sits and digs in on it. This is interesting. We talked about the discussion we had last night with Herb Dean about scoring as well. It's now Marат that's doing all the moving forward. He is getting a lot more damage, but he's bringing the fight, isn't he?
He is. He's driving forward.
But look at the accuracy of Aдлан Батаев.
But it's just too many significant strikes being landed there by Aдлан.
Questions were asked of Aдлан Батаев when he took on his last opponent, Donald Sanchez at ACB 50. Oh, look at this.
He had a little bit of a choke there. Had the front headlock locked in, uses a great threat to back off the forward pressure, the takedown attempt there from Marат. But I think this fight, honestly, is going to come down to this 5th round.
Just 15 seconds left. 10 seconds, I apologize. So Bataev's last fight was Donald Sanchez, a much more experienced fighter. And questions were asked of that. That's how he earned his title shot, and he's proving why he's earned it now. He's got skill, technique, and the questions we had about his cardio as well. He's been really efficient. He's very, very efficient with his strikes, with his movement, and he's causing damage at the same time.
And he's fighting a guy that's just motoring forward at all times. Marат has not given Aдлан any break. If Aдлан wants to rest, he has to keep moving away. He's never once been able to just hit him and sit down and just wait for Marат to reset. Every time Marat is stalking forward, throwing shots, a bit, not the prettiest shots in the world, but you have a guy that just motors forward. So he's been in a fight where for 20 minutes, he's had to fight from opening round to the closing round.
And we are heading for our closing round here, the 5th and final round. Will Marat Balayev defend his title, or will we see a new champion here in the featherweight division at ACB? Certainly the damage is showing on Marat's face. And a great bit of respect there as they look to throw down.
Round 5, the final round.
Marat again looking for that single leg. Great escape there from Bataev. Those shots from Marat, there's no setup on them, is there? Before, when in ACB 50, you'd throw hooks, you'd throw kicks, reaching from a long way out. And Aдлан doing well to time those sprawls.
He is, but right now, Aдлан might be falling into that factor of he's not doing much while he's going backwards. He's moving out of the way.
And you can see that with Marat, he's drops his hands there as if he's got a chase to engage with this young fighter. Aдлан shakes his head. And look at this. Great balance, great escape there from Aдлан. Two minutes 50 now for someone to make a statement, someone to put it in the eyes of the judges. Aдлан looks up at the clock. A lot of going backwards from Aдлан.
Yeah, too much going backwards, in my opinion, with not enough shots landed.
In the earlier rounds, we saw him going backwards, causing damage, using the jet. Oh, a nice uppercut, though, there. Nice underhook from Aдлан. Two minutes in this 5th and final round. Listen to that, the crowd getting behind their St. Petersburg man. How'd you score this?
You know, in this round, just because of what he's doing, I'm giving it to Marat so far. I think Aдлан is moving backwards too much. It's almost like he's running away from the fight, you know, and I feel you have to be trying to win. Is part of, you know, the first objective I see a fighter going there is, are you trying to win and not just try to pull out a judge's decision?
Do you think he thinks he's got the rounds in the bag to take this? Is that he's watching the clock a lot? And there's just under a minute left. Oh, a nice right hand there from Marat. You can't see that off camera. Marат Balayev standing on his feet, rousing the crowd. 30 seconds left. "20 seconds left. Last 10 seconds, it's Aдлан that's calling on Marat, but he's been coming. Who will take this? This will go to our judges. The crowd believe their man has taken it. Aдлан Batayev's corner are celebrating. Such a tight fight to score, and so many dynamics we've got to take into account. The grappling, the early rounds where Aдлан looked like he had the timing, but then that fifth round where he almost took the round off.
Yeah, I know. It's just the last round. I really feel like Aдлан kind of just, I don't know, in my opinion, if he doesn't win the decision, he's going to kick himself in the butt. He ran backwards just way too much. I think he's going to make it hard for the judges to give him that decision. I mean, they might not. He still landed some good, clean shots. But, I mean, there was times, I mean, he really gave off the aura of just trying to flee the whole time. And that just, just the spirit of martial arts, of combat, of trying to go out there and beat your opponent, it makes it difficult to acknowledge that, you know, unless you're really doing a number. He moved backwards in the second round and was causing all kinds of damage. You know, that was a good example of being able to move backwards and beat your opponent up. But then in the fifth round, he moved backwards, he fled so much that he gave it away, and not so much from any effectiveness from Marat, but what Marat's just aggression, that he was trying to finish the fight, trying to go forward. He was marching, throwing shots, taking shots, you know, so he could have very easily let that slip out of his hands.
Well, this will go into the judges' hands. They will decide this featherweight title bout. Still waiting to accumulate the scores. And again, you can keep up with the action here at ACB, AC Berkut on Facebook, ACB_league on Twitter. Check out the dates we are coming around the world. The next event will be in Grozny, following that Rostov-on-Don, then July 1st, Newcastle. In the UK, we are back there. Information on tickets and how to get hold of tickets for that event will be released very, very shortly, but from the inside info I've had, we are set for an amazing card there, so keep up to date with all those going on at ACB for more action-packed fights, more big events, and for us, more air miles as we go around the globe. Marat Balаев taking in great applause from the crowd. It's always nerve-wracking when it takes this amount of time for the judges to come around.
Close fight like this.
We are set to find out who will take the featherweight title. We hand it back to our MC, Mr. Alexander Zagovsky.
Дамы и господа, по завершении пятираундового чемпионского боя обратимся к судейским запискам. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of championship bout, we go to the judges' scorecards. Судья Балаев 49-47. George Balаев 49-47. Балаев. Судья Махмутова 48-47, George Махмутова 48-47, Батаев. И судья Байсултанов 48-47, George Байсултанов 48-47. Таким образом, раздельным решением судей одержал победу your winner by split decision и остается исполняющим поражений and still undefeated ACB featherweight champion Марат.
defends his title. Batayev, like you said, may go back to that 5th round. It was so close on the judges' scorecard. But you can see what it means to this man. We talked about the journey he's been on. We talk about the life he's had to drag himself up from. And look at the achievements, the accolades, all sealed. He might not have got Olympic gold as he dreamed, but that is ACB gold, and he has earned that with blood, with sweat, and with tears.
Phenomenal performance to come through. I mean, some of the punches he was taking from Aдлан Батаев, who again, I think when they review this fight, he goes back and looks, realizes that's why the judges gave the 5th round to Marат. 2 of the judges did. Not enough fighting, too much running.
Look at that, ACB gold on his shoulder. Sergey Nikitov, his coach, his mentor through this new phase in his life.
Не поддается описанию и логике. 41 год он подтвердил титул чемпиона. Свобода в комплексе. Марат, вам слово.
Я просто знал, что очень много людей через меня там покупали билеты, шли на бой, на бои, на наши, на вообще ACB. У нас сейчас в последнее время очень большие карды, шикарные собирают. Туменов появился у нас. Я вообще чудом стою по сетке выше Туменова. Это я себе не представляю такого. Долго мне еще трудиться до него. Спасибо сопернику. Не ожидал. Отличная работа. Всем тренерам. Ему самому большое спасибо. Дали конкретную прожарку, и я почувствовал это на себе. Спасибо сопернику. Спасибо. Спасибо всем, кто приехал. Я знаю, издалека приехали к нам. Из Хинвали, из Северной Осетии тоже приехали. И не только. С Москвы. Всем. Особое спасибо ресторану «Брейцы». Очень помогают мне, но и вес гонять приходится из-за них очень много. Самая большая моя слабость – этот ресторан. ФОММА, экипировка, магазин, спасибо. Жене Климуку, Kia Fighting клубу, спасибо. Спасибо Таджи, Вольникам, спасибо большое. Таджи, Самохвалову, большое спасибо. Андрюха Алешин, бокс. Правая прошла, но не так, как в прошлый раз, но прошла пару раз. Сергей Никитин, как всегда, со мной, мой старший брат, пробивает мне дорогу везде. Павел Ветрук, Красавелла, Олег Хасанов, дважды чемпион мира. Спасибо, спасибо всем. Я очень рад, что такой вечер у нас сегодня здесь. Всем спасибо. Отдельно хотел бы обратиться к Майрбеку Хасиеву. Я вас очень прошу, чтобы мы разрешили все, надеюсь на вашу мудрость, чтобы все решилось, все сложилось хорошо в дальнейшем. Многие вас уважали в Осетии. Я хочу, чтобы все соединилось и чтобы было все нормально. Это я от себя, меня никто не уполномачивал, я взял на себя такую ответственность. Всем спасибо, вам тоже спасибо.
Марат, мотиватор, Балаев, чемпион ACB, свобода в конфессе, громогласные дамы и господа.